Oftentimes, we're told that men are supposed to be the silent pillars of strength, but that silence is exactly what's fueling a crisis. Now, in today's episode, me and four of my friends, we're breaking that cycle. We're going to be diving deep into some heavy topics surrounding men's mental health, the need for support, and the way forward. If you're a man and you're silently fighting battles, know that you are not the only one. We're going to be having a discussion about survival and also the way forward. Let's get into it.
Hi, my name is Adonis. Welcome to the Arsenal of Life podcast. The topic for today is men's mental health. Let's introduce our host. First up, Eddie Ray. Second, Uncle Christopher.
Yeah.
Third, Uncle Garfield.
Big up Garfield.
And fourth, Uncle Jason and,
Hey.
and Uncle Nicholas.
Big up.
Thank you, Adonis. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. See you later. Let's get started. For the thing. For the phone. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Arsenal of Life podcast. This is one of my best episodes to date where I've been looking forward to the most because I have some of my closest. Can I have some of my closest friends with me? You heard the introduction. I don't need to go through them again. Just know that these guys have been with me since at least
From
Jason,
98?
1998. So that's 27 years of friendship. Was a forward in fourth form like 2002.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's another 20 plus years of friendship. Chris, UTech 05. So 20 years on the flat. And regardless of the time, Nicholas, I'm gonna say right there when I started FIFA War. From day one, come in and win it, and you know what I mean, a friendship just grew out of that. So
Good memories, bro.
all of us, you know, have some kind of bond with each other. And the men's mental health thing is something that I've always wanted to tackle. And I think this lot is the perfect lot to tackle it with. However, I'm gonna have a small icebreaker before we get into, you know, the heavy stuff. Have a small icebreaker. All right. The guys don't know what it is. None of them. But them have two pieces of paper. And we're gonna ask two questions. The first question is gonna be a friendly big up of everybody. Right? So we're gonna draw, the question is gonna be, if there's a zombie apocalypse, who is the last person to make it out? The last person who's gonna like make it through, you know, the fire, the storm, the zombie eating everybody. Who is most skilled to make it out? So
Out of all of us here.
out of all of us here, and we have a piece of paper. Write it out. You have 20 seconds to think about it.
But this person is not good.
This person is good. The person is making it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's only one person.
So long.
There's only one person.
Just write the name and put them in yourself. And you have 10 seconds now to think about that. Mr. Chris.
I can't say.
The slugger. What's that? What's that? It's a years, by the way.
I have two papers.
Well, I know, man. All right, so
Just what the best make it out.
what the best make it out? All right, so I knew everything from before. I knew the exercise. So when I thought about it, the first person come to mind was gonna be Chris, because you know the whole athleticism thing, you know, working out all the
Clap it
time.
up for
You know.
Chris.
Thanks, Adonis. You know, muscle man.
Sometimes
But
you see them, brother. You just never know.
when I think about it some more, I'm gonna say Chris will come in a close second, and me and Slugger most alike. and Slugger watch way too many zombie movies for coming last. So Slug for coming first, to die first. So I think Slugger is gonna come in last. Alright, so that is the whole exercise, the first part of the exercise. Give each other some big ups.
Rest of movies.
Who's gonna be the last person to make it out?
Boy, me pick myself, boy. I have to believe in myself first of all, you understand?
So to heck with all of us.
I feel like say, yo, you know, me I tell him man and XYZ work for the butt. Man, look at the inside of your computer.
How many zombie movies have you watched?
All of them. You watch a new zombie movie then?
Which new one?
Well, the 28 days later or something, years later or something like that.
And a new
Alright.
thing.
Pop quiz. How them solve World War Z?
This
Yeah.
World War Z.
Oh, yeah, me remember.
You don't remember? Channel Slugger, let me down.
Yeah.
You let
I
me
Brad
down.
Pitt won, but me remember what them did solve it.
It was them realized that the zombie them don't eat sick people. Don't go to sick people. So them inject everybody with some kind of disease where not fatal.
You see, that's the problem.
Ah, I remember that.
The old
Yeah.
time zombie.
Yeah.
Yo, I think to survive a zombie apocalypse, you need more strategy than brute strength.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that's
what I'm
true.
saying, but I mean, I'm coming up with an idea to keep them over here. And then I'm somewhere where we can go underground.
Guy.
Every zombie movie you watch is a whole heap of running
Yeah.
and jumping
Mm.
and running upstairs.
What about the car?
So just understand.
So I'm gonna die.
Hold on. Chris, what's that? Hold on. Slugger, what did you have? What did you have, Slugger?
Oh, God, you put Crystal.
You put Chris.
Yeah. Because,
Aesthetics.
no, not say aesthetics, but like,
And I want that aesthetics in it, because aesthetics
Like-
can be tricky.
true, but
It have to be a mix. It have to be a mix versus athletic ability and, like you say, smarts. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hey, but
What's that?
yeah, him smart. So let's say Chris smart and him athletic. Me, when I put myself to, but I need them no good. So I know say at one point something gonna happen.
Climb somewhere and jump.
You understand? I'm gonna say,
Just delegate, man.
it's
Hold on,
gonna miss me. So I figure out you with a.
Sometimes you know the zombie movie them, you see like a man have to sacrifice and it's man kick off. And
Yeah, maybe if we can do that.
it's a lot to it. Somewhere.
True. But me just think about the running, the escaping, and you look like you can run farther than the whole of it. You look like you can run farther than the whole of it.
No, not tell you this, never run.
Yeah. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about that.
I'm talking
Mirror.
about conventional zombies that aren't fast, right?
No, zombies not fast.
Yeah, some of them.
You think about last.
Yeah,
Oh, you think about
no.
like the Key and Peele one. No.
We are
Me a
thinking
think
about
about
the
the-
fast one, the new age one. Them. One of them will come
Yeah.
from upper camp.
Mm.
All right, who you have?
Well, myself.
Yeah.
May I tell you? Once you watch Walking Dead, you're supposed
Yeah.
to can't survive any zombie.
Seriously.
We never watch Walking Dead. so-
Yeah, it's a lot.
World War Z, you know what?
That's
The
all.
OG of zombie movie.
Well,
show.
Yes, a lot.
That's
Now,
theory.
they have more information, bro.
No, that's just a show.
Zombies that evolve in that show. Like zombies are a whisper.
Mm.
Yeah.
But them slow though.
So,
Oh
no,
no.
but
Some of them, you know.
some of them.
Yeah, last one
No.
get fast.
No. Zombie
But
them.
I think me that's about. Cause Walking Dead, play all that most of the zombie game them.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, man. So
I don't know. Mhm.
me that's about.
Just you're the director, so just you can see it. All right, what's that? Who's making it out?
When it finished,
Honestly?
yeah, because
I fit myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I just feel like, say, I'm committed to being alive. And I've watched enough zombie movies to not make the dumb mistake. Them, I'm not going into any corner. I'm not opening any door. Any ringling, you hear me just get a quick run from early. Like, I'm not checking anything out. I don't want to know where it come from or what happened. But just get out of there. And I not have no conversation. If I have to go shoot one, I just...
More time is more than a quick run skill.
Yeah, true. Nah, I see one and shake and be like, why? You look so, you know?
All right, so
Yeah, that's
part
it.
two. Part two to the exercise.
Mhm.
Who's the last person to make it out?
part two.
The first person, the very first person going.
That's gonna die?
Yes.
It's a tough one.
This is a tough one. Is it?
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna. No, I'm not putting on the name for that.
Yeah, I'll go first, since you know I'll go first. I think you're going first.
Tell you,
I think you're going first. Apart from the knock for sleep. Um, I think you're the perfect person for the job. Leave, push off, and just keep them busy for a while. Can you say you have the knack for fighting? For staying alive. So with you trying to stay alive,
Give us more time.
give us more time to escape. Yeah.
That's that man apart by himself.
Yeah.
And that's why you're gonna dead first, cause you need teamwork.
Nah, just say that first.
That's what I say. Cause clearly when I kill me, when I hear, and I'm a part of.
You have to assemble the right team if you have to do that teamwork in there. Yeah. Isn't me like the movie name with Woody Harrelson and my boy there from
the comedy one?
Yeah, the comedy one. I like that one. That's a good one. So if I get a team like that, I'm gonna survive.
Me reconsider my option.
Yeah. It's a very good zombie movie.
Who's dying first?
Oh no, me say Garfield.
Whoa.
Who's dying first?
I got a feeling.
Who's dying first? Who's dying first?
No, but he like no. He like to drop signal.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
John.
What?
Yes, girl.
What?
You know, put the thought in everybody's mind. Tell me that go. Listen.
When he's Inception power.
To plant the idea.
Yeah.
Man, like sometimes it kind of weird because you watch some of the movies and some of the people that they expect actually go first and not actually go first. So.
Yeah.
You never know.
Might have some surprises. It depends on how the thing go. Because like if it happen like if me in the middle of one populated place, you can't predict what gonna happen, you get me? But like if I see it happen over there, so I can say, alright, something gonna happen.
I know Garfield for years now.
Yeah.
And yes. I've alluded to it about
the sleeping
thing.
Yeah.
So
like if I'm tired, I'm just like
chase and drop asleep.
No man, I'm not drops him. I've drops him.
Garfield afar.
Yeah.
Man is drop asleep.
Yeah.
We go sleep.
Yeah.
If the time and the situation is right.
Right.
But now, remember, I have experience in the inner city, so I know of it. You understand? Yeah, man. No, man. No, right.
So now that's out of the way, and we know who's going first.
Yeah,
I forgot what I wanted.
Yeah, I forgot what I wanted. Yeah, I forgot what I wanted.
But now I take it. But yeah. I put it down.
So we joke a lot, but heavy topics need discussing too, right? And I'm gonna drop a number: 75%. Based on like just current Canadian and global data, 75% of all deaths are men.
And taking it closer to Jamaica now, because look at the stats as well.
Oh, it's in?
It's higher in Jamaica, so it's like
higher than okay.
Jamaica is
look at the population.
Yeah.
90%. 90% of recorded
Mm-hmm.
are male. Then 2021 it was like probably about 40 or 50.
41 out of 50, yeah.
It was like 57 out of 66. 2023 probably the same as 2021. 2024 about the same, about 57 out of 66. And it's worse because when you think about it, in terms of statistics, it gets worse if the man them isolated, if the man them by themselves. It goes up to about 73%. And that is the true number. That's the stats. So mental health is critical, bro.
And one of the worst things about that is that we only seek help half the time. Yeah. So we literally lie to ourselves and kill ourselves faster, like 3 to 4 times at the rate of women. Just for a quick metaphor, all of us drive. When you see the check engine light come on the car, what's the first thing that comes to your mind, or what's the first thing that you do?
You get the car checked.
You need to get the car checked right away. What's that?
Pretty much the same thing. I mean, you want to know what the issue is. So whatever it is, you plug on your them to get the information so you know what's going on.
You do a diagnostics check, right? That's the first thing. And
Yeah.
you want that check engine light to
Ah.
go away. So why is it that when the check engine light come on in our heads, we'd never like just try to find what's the problem right away?
Because we have too much things to do, Reps.
We don't have time.
Too much things. Too much things.
What else do you have though besides yourself?
Yeah, people that depend on you. So it's more time you feel like you want to make sure it's them alright before you alright.
Mm-hmm. So we put everybody else before ourselves.
That's a straight fact there. Because I think about it as men, brother. We have a hybrid of performance. So we have to be hunter-gatherers, brother. We have to provide shelter, resources, everything for the family. For most of us here that are fathers, you understand how the thing set up as well. Right? So the world expects everything from us, and that's just the way it is. It's a double standard approach that the world uses for us. Right? Certain things are just expected from us because we are men.
So do you think these are triggers that affect our well-being? Those things that you mentioned, people depending on us, just having to always provide.
To be honest, I don't want to speak too generally because I know that every man's situation is different. But I can speak honestly about myself, right? So I would probably consider myself to be ultra ambitious. And probably in your mind growing up, you might expect that you'd be at a particular place in life at a particular age based on your ambition. So you have big dreams, you have big aspirations. I think what get me out is probably, and I know I've managed that. I think I've really managed that aspect of my life, but I can probably look back in the past and think about a time in my life where mentally it was kind of a struggle. And I just felt like I wasn't as far along in life based on my projection, what I expect success to be like for me. That was a total strain on me. Right. So I think for me, just not being able to really, like I said, that was in the past, but not being at that place where you expect to be at a particular time in life is something that I think a lot of men struggle with, especially because we are, if you reach me.
Yeah.
Especially if it's that case that you're ultra ambitious and persons, like Nicholas was saying, depending on you, it can be a real strain for me. So I don't know if that's the same experience with like colleges.
Yeah, I share that as well. I think is how we manage expectations as men. So there are expectations that we place on ourselves, and then our environment as well put that expectation on us. But we'll take that in, we'll absorb that, and we'll put that on ourselves, and we'll have it that there are certain things that, as I said before, that we want to achieve by a certain thing, by a certain time. But we'll have an idea of what we want, but sometimes we don't know how other people got it that way. And then you feel like said that the way you're doing it or the way how you go about your life wrong. And then you start to put internal pressure on yourself. And as you said, it is a loop that you well, as for me anyway, and other persons whom I reason with, is a loop that way. If we not watch it, we're gonna keep playing it over and over and over. So like you'll have good days and then you have low days, and then there's some days when you just sit back and you say, no man, but I'm supposed to stay yes by now, and John Brown over there, so me and him come from the same spot and him reach there, so and you start the comparison thing.
Yeah.
And then you say like, but it's something where you have to manage, and other people manage it differently. Luckily, and I really consider myself lucky. Like I have friends like and co-workers and colleagues who work and other men who I can reason with. And there are some times when I don't know what happened. You always have some time when like a few men gather, and even though mess around and everything there, some gem always come out of it.
Yeah.
And then it might not be like when you go to like a therapist or whatever, but you get some type of healing from that. You see me?
Mm-hmm.
When you're amongst people who you're comfortable with and you can reason with, you realize all are we similar. All are we like I said, we have that similar understanding.
A man group though.
Yeah.
A man gathering. And the reason,
True.
understand the reason why I'm, just to your point,
Mhm.
the reason why I'm interject like that is because for me, like I said, I don't want to generalize because every man's circumstance different.
Mhm.
Every man I go through their own thing.
Right.
So, I want to come and really share basically how it works for me.
Mhm.
And I realize that, we know that we have a close bond, right? Garfield, Andy. It's easier for me for just link a Andy and link a Garfield and share, say, yo, this is what I'm going through. Because, and I know it might be an unpopular take to say that, your wife or your girlfriend is your best friend and you should share things with them. But for me, I think because as a man, it's more relatable to, because Garfield goes through probably the same thing that I go through, and they're going through the same thing. Nicholas probably go through a similar thing. It's easier for him to relate. So that is how bound solutions they can share. Like, bro, so this is how me that go through, and this is how me deal with it. So that's the reason I'm asking it's predominantly male.
Yeah.
Because based on my experience, it's really relationships with the male and I go through the thing, but can relate, really will help me, understand?
True.
Yeah.
Was there any input on that?
No, I just wanted to go back just a little bit to talk about the whole idea of being a man, because it does come with some level of, at some level, it comes with a lot of responsibilities. One of the things is, I can talk from my experience. I grew up with my mom, you understand? So that aspect of it where you were probably taught how to do it, you understand, might be missing, and you have to learn that as you grow up and as you go out there and experience. And the community of men is good. But we also, if we never have the responsibility and the people that might depend upon us as well, I think it still would be a case where it might feel a little bit like we're missing something. So it's in a sense to find that sweet spot, which generally is very difficult to have, where you say, all right, yes, I have a certain level of responsibility that we know we need to get to and we need to deal with it. I want that. But where is the release valve in a healthy way if something not go right and we need to get this thing done and things. So, for me, it is to find that balance where I say, Omega do this, because we need to do this thing as a man. There are certain characteristics that we have, a certain way that we were brought up, certain way that we make up physically, emotionally, mentally, as well as men, that is different from women. And it's complementary in my view, my opinion. So, it's like half and half in terms of just what we bring to the table and what a woman brings to the table. And so we have to, while we process that and try to be the best that we can be in that, is to get that outlet to say, if something not go right, what do we do? Understand? But it's not to just throw the need to be men, because we have that aspect of it that we need to deal with same way. And I feel like if we didn't have that, then I think just as much we wouldn't be in a good way as well.
Question for you, Nicholas. You think it difficult for man talk about mental health?
Yeah, straight up, yeah. Especially in Jamaica.
What do you think make it so difficult?
Because in Jamaica, people expect men to be this superhero, this rock, them not expect to be scared, them not expect to go in depression or stress. So to answer your question, yes.
Okay, like you ever go in a barber shop and hear we talk about football? Like just before we do an exercise among the man them without them knowing. We talk about football and literally everybody was in on it and nobody was having any kind of apprehension. Everybody are real out stats. Everybody are talk about system and which baller play where and how much goals, and we'll go back into the archives about which.
The Arsenal man never feel like this year and year. And
So how you feel?
but
The man is a man, you man.
Whoa.
Anyway.
You're outnumbered, so you're outnumbered.
Anyway, the only number that matters now is one.
You see how long it lasts?
No, the only number that matters now is one. But see, it proved my point. We can talk about stats and everything, but How many times have you ever walked past a barber shop and hear them are like reason, like proper reason about like mental health and about like something will affect somebody or anything like that?
I think like
Ever?
Yeah, but not in that sense.
Like in a granular.
Yeah. Like,
No, obviously
yeah,
not.
but like
therapy, but
no, yeah, but like my barbershop, the barbershop I'm predominantly go. When I'm gonna go through
So hold
something.
on, before you make a point,
Yeah.
you have more than one barber.
Yeah.
Brother.
You watch this?
Yeah,
Sure.
one-
Sure, I'll get that one to you.
No, man. Sure.
We can edit it too.
No,
I mean,
man.
think about this, okay? If you say, me barber,
Yeah.
none of them.
Yeah.
Good point. Hey, no, man, cause my barber,
One of them.
one of them, no, like him out. There was a time when he had some time when he was
So
going.
I substitute.
My next barber that is
Like-
equally as talented, you see me?
But am I your main barber?
No, I just went from the location where it's
Side barber.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I feel like if you just wait till the barber come back.
And let's grow.
Yeah, man.
But they are contemplating, but then I'm going to come meet you and do this and feel like
Unless him recommend a barber to you.
Yeah.
I have one barber for about almost 16 years, bro.
Yeah, like from about 2030, man, that was very far. But there are some time when him go away. I want him go away. What am I gonna do? Russ?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
we get the gross at all. But when we there at that shop, there still. There are times when issues come up, but we deal with it different. Like, we have tough skin still, that is it, as man. But when and we'll run joke, and we'll run joke at a person's expense. But then the man must always have this unique way of helping the person who work hard. So like you might say, yo, Ray, and boy, him not really feel too good about this and Ray, and him and him woman and this and that and argument and Ray, and I must say, hey, make your woman a beat you and Ray, and everybody laugh and Ray, and then them say, but for real, bro, say she kind of have a point, you see me? Like, maybe you can try deal with it that way, or you can try reason it that way, or look upon it that way, because me and my family member did go through something similar, and because whenever I step back and think about how aggressive we come off her, and then eventually, it just, the man just say, say it's true, and say, yo, man, I'm going to talk about them things, but I don't know why when they just bring it up. But I'm glad to come to the shop today.
Yeah.
No, but that's the norm though. If you check it, you have to go through the carding phase and get through that before you get to the new Talamaka.
Yeah.
And then that's genuinely how men operate. It's almost like the rite of passage. Yeah, you get the card, you laugh, and everybody chat and whatever. But if I even one away, a man might think I say, yo, what
Yeah.
do you need to create this. Because I did do that before and this is reaching before. But to get there, you have to go through the carding.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like if you're thin skin, you're not going to get to the good stuff. Because you have to beg, so you have to walk where every man, But eventually, after going through that, you get to that part. But that's generally how I operate. Think about it.
I was just listening to both Jason and yourself, and it's just something another thing that comes out as it relates to what the world expects of us.
Yeah.
Man's supposed to tough, you can't think.
Yeah.
That's just another characteristic.
You have to you have to be tough.
You have to be tough.
You have to be
thin
thin.
skin.
Yeah.
You have to kind of just take care of them. You ever play some football with a group of men, and even though they don't mean it, you lose the ball over and over, and the man then just come down hard. But after the game, the sports, you just know everybody emerging.
Yeah, man.
You're expected with thin skin. I
Yeah.
just found that kind of.
But when they have talk about physical football right here in this space, when I play FIFA and card a draw, video I take, message I send got fine.
I think you got the worst FIFA card I've ever heard.
No, but that's what I'm saying. In those moments, it's like if you did, and I guess maybe,
Remember for sure.
You remember which one?
maybe,
Beside me? Yeah.
maybe it is the fact that we know each other well. And me know, say, after that, we know you. But the card them hard in the FIFA too. And then after that, it's kind of like, yo, so I go with you and a man might share and talk about it. So it's almost like the prescription, if you will, for how we operate as men.
Yeah. I mean, just to segue from the whole FIFA thing, that is when men most likely to share, when we're shoulder to shoulder, because the face-to-face thing, it kind of, maybe threatening a little bit. But when you're shoulder to shoulder FIFA, I don't have to face you, but I can talk about it at the same time as well, right? Sometimes it's when we're driving.
You're just the beside the virgin
yeah, you need to watch the road. But hear me now, mega talk about something. You understand? Nicholas don't really do the carding thing with FIFA still. Nicholas kind of quiet when he play FIFA. To be honest.
Lucky,
Yeah, man. Them man the lucky, man.
I am the big power.
Yeah, sit upright. Sit upright. We're going to dive into some things now where some unhealthy coping mechanisms that some men might indulge in when they're probably going through the moments. Off the top of the head, some of the things like drinking.
Well, before you can list out the some of the examples.
Yeah, like
I have a personal experience to share. I like to keep the examples close to home. So it's basically my experience, and probably other people can relate. But I can go ahead and list out some of the unhealthy coping mechanisms.
Yeah, real quick, some things like going into complete silence, overworking, drinking, smoking, drugs, food, and we pretty it up and call it what I'm call it in terms of the stress eating, something like that. Yeah. But generally things like that, you can go into your story.
Yeah, man. Definitely note all of those still. But for me, so we're there a talk as men, so I can share like a personal moment, even though probably millions of people, like I said, this are probably.
So you rate the podcast, man? Millions?
Yeah, you.
Say it loud. Say it loud, man. Say it
Millions
loud.
of persons, like I said this one. But remember, the goal of what I try to achieve really, really help the youth thing, like through this thing and feel like they're not locked down by themselves, isolated and deal with it. Because I can remember probably about, like when I just started working, probably about 4 years after getting another job. So I was on an audit. And I remember that time I got through a ton of things. So financially, I think in terms of even relationship and so on, bro. And I tell you about the fact that I'm ultra ambitious. So a lot of things made a plan for. And I remember I had this massive breakdown, bro. I was in Montego Bay. I was staying at a hotel because I was doing an audit in Montego Bay. Massive breakdown. Almost a breakdown, bro. I thought about tears that come down my eyes.
Yeah.
Big and serious. As a matter of fact, I think that was the time I'm actually make a turnaround because I made a video of me speaking to myself while I cried. And we talk about unhealthy coping mechanisms where I'm the traditional man where you just feel like you have a wallet, brother.
Yeah.
You see me? You just have a wallet. So me as a man, you talk about even being silent. A lot of times, probably not now, but I'm in my head because I really feel like say, yo.
The worst prison, you know.
I have to figure it out and I have to find a way to make it happen. I remember, I'm just crack. I'm gonna have to take out my phone and talk to myself on my phone. After the podcast, I show you the video, but I now play the sound so they can see how my face look up. That's serious thing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something, start crying. I like me, I sit to myself, say, yo, Chris, you need to understand. I'm gonna say, yo, understand, brother? Are you alone there in the world, brother? You alone come out to your mother? You alone there in the world? And you have to go figure it out, brother. That's how I was speaking to myself, I'm trying to say, yo, I don't know what triggered it at that time, but it was so overwhelming, brother. You understand? And I feel like it's just there, so because you know how me use health and fitness to really get out my thing.
Yeah.
Because I learn about my body and I understand when I'm in a particular frame of mind, even though sometimes I have different things that I try to deal with. I'm in a mental frame. I know when I'm off, I got to gym, get a workout, I'm going to play some ball, I'm do something, I can realize how my body work. But unhealthy, brother, if I now go through it, I would say you need to find that one person, preferable male, who can understand what you go through. You can, and I know it might take a while for you to build up the trust and get to know somebody. But in most times, in most cases as men, the whole way I go through the same kind of thing. It might not be the exact thing, the worst thing you can do. You understand? I go through it, and I feel like I come out better on top, brother. I feel like, no, I manage it, I just understand what it is. Life is a double standard. Women can have things easier than men. The world just expects some of this. I just don't take it personal. As a matter of fact, I have a friend now with me talk to. Anytime something come up, anytime any expense come up out of the blue, whether it be car, whether it be housing, anything, but I say, life of a man. That's what I'm saying. That's the life of a man, brother. You understand? We just have to just deal with it. But back to the point, straight from the point. That time, I broke down, I think because of isolation. You feel me?
You're by yourself.
You feel me? By myself, I live in my head. You understand? Never share it to nobody at all. So, one thing I will say is that you need to find that group of brothers.
Yes.
I feel like everybody, every youth needs some. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Good friends hard to find.
True.
You know what I mean?
But if you find them,
you need a core. Even one person who can relate. That's the best way for just get it out, bro. You understand? I got out. You know, other people not so lucky, especially because of the rate. Right now. So the man need to get it out of them head, brother. You understand? Sure, the world expect what heap of it. Expect a lot of us, but you have to get it out, especially to somebody who can relate. You see me? But that's just my experience. And like I said, after the podcast, I'll share the video. Now I'll play the audio. It's a serious thing, brother.
Definitely.
Go through that breaking point where I think it was the point of a turnaround and say, yo, that year so we got turn around, Chris. You understand?
Well, Chris, definitely appreciate you sharing that. Definitely appreciate you sharing that.
Serious thing, man.
And I want you to understand, say, you know, never alone. All alone, right? Nick was a slugs.
Wait, are you saying we'll never walk alone?
No, I said you're never alone.
Let's have it.
No, it can be alone. It can be alone, part.
No, you're never alone in terms. No matter what. Yeah. No matter what time of day.
Some decisions and some things you go through, it can be.
Yeah. See you la. That's a stay night. See you la. See you la. So.
Yeah, but you know, Chris, you said as you talk about it, and you talk about trying to find somebody close in terms of to share the information with, or to talk to and things. And I have you guys, but at the same time, there's, at least that's just my opinion. When I say everybody's supposed to do this, but there is a place for the professional in this too. Understand, in terms of counseling, and because this is their field, this is their area. And maybe me kind of biased because me don't study counseling and get through for going to counseling and whatever the case may be. But me, I have an appreciation for that too, where you can actually go sit down and have a conversation with someone who understands the mind, understands how it works. And in the event that you can't necessarily find a safe space where you can say, we can find a person and talk to them right now, that's not a bad place to go either. I mean, I always tell people, because we have this notion in Jamaica, I always tell it to my student, going to counseling doesn't mean that you're mad. Because we have this notion like, you have a counseling, you must be mad.
True.
No. There are times when you can sit down and again, you look on it like an objective third party which have experience, which have the knowledge and expertise in the mind. And this is something that you have go through more often than not when you go. And I share an experience because there was a time, just like you, Chris, when I go through a difficult time. And I went to counseling, and through the farm, it was a female counselor actually. I've had a male counselor as well, different dynamics. But I remember I went in there and I sat down, and she just looked at me, and she said, "How are you doing?" You understand? And when she said, "How are you doing?" it was just like, to answer, it just brought down everything. Like in that moment, I was just like, I don't know.
When somebody ask you.
And then wait, because she was just waiting for me to answer. And I'm like, and in answering it, I come to tears because I was just like, yo, this is, in this moment in my life when I got through a struggle, it was difficult. And then having that conversation and then having somebody ask the question and wait for the answer, it was just like, yo. And then when we're done, she's like, all right, cool. Glad to we could have get to for let that go and I know we're gonna go through it and going through a process of talking about it and going through the process. So I was saying, if you don't necessarily have the community or the persons where you have to say, okay, I'm gonna build this because it's not gonna be something that builds over time with trust, you can get professional. Again, it's one of those dynamics just like with a friend. Not every one of them are gonna suit you. You have to find somebody who suit you personality wise and stuff and stuff. And then give it a shot. That's an option.
True. And like I said to you guys, remember, you are never alone, right? And it doesn't make any one of us any less of a man to accept any form of help from each other.
I have another spin on that aspect too.
Yeah. Counseling?
From me, well, the counseling aspect, me can have a different outlook on that, but I will say that there's a lot of merit to the counseling because I know persons with the counseling.
Yeah.
But I think the point I want to make, based on my experience too, is that you see, once you get out of that low point, brother, you come out a different man. Of the other person, you see, after you go through that near break experience, you come out and I know that we are speaking about the fact that you have to share it out for find avenues. You understand? But I was sharing this with you even before the podcast, and we have kind of a more rigid look on life where we just accept it for what it is most of the time. We accept it for the fact that I'm a man and this is expected of me. And I find my channel to get out whatever stress whenever it comes around. You understand? So I put certain safeguards. So I don't know about the rest of the man then. But I say anytime the money not right in my life, I decimate my go. Anytime the butter's not right.
Here.
Listen.
Here.
I don't worry about nothing else. But me as a man I look for. If I look and know say you for the next 3 weeks, it'll go set a particular way mentally.
100%.
So I put safeguards in place, brother. Like emergency fund, I'm not play with that. Because if anything happen, alright, I have this put on an NCBR thing that says I think that for the men them also is that you have to be more self-aware. And I say you're not supposed to counseling and sometimes they will diagnose you. But sometimes, brother, you just have to just sit down and say, yo, what is my main trigger will really push me that place again?
Yeah.
And it's money for me. You understand?
Once you can.
If the button right in my life, that's my trigger.
I'm not wrong. I don't wrong you. I don't wrong you.
Especially when persons, mother of age, father of age, you might have siblings that come to work, come to you and everything. That is my trigger. So I would say counseling is awesome. But for me, it's just I think I'm a little bit more self-aware enough to know the things that might trigger me to that point that I'm saying, alright, me need to put steps in place to ensure say yo, I cover them things up because if this not right, my head have a chip. You know what I'm with it?
Yeah.
And in terms of let's go back to the point about having the male community and thing. Sometimes this is a very true story. Me have my moment where literally, well, not literally, but as close to the edge as it could be. That was me, right? When if Slugger can remember, him get a one call time there, and this is the irony of all irony now, based on the direction of the conversation from before. A female friend, well, we all know, gave her talk, and she never really gave the conversation like it was, intimate like that and everything. But the end result was the intended result. We got there. She just asked one question. She said, "So your son that thing?" I'm gonna say, "Oh, all right, thanks." It's all right, cool. Get her. That's it. Like yo. So it's weird because earlier you say, we not tackle certain things because people are dependent on we. But in this situation, you think back and say, oh, someone is depending on me, right? I need to fix this. So it can go both ways. Yeah, but in that situation with me, my personal numbing agent was like literally working 7 days a week.
Yeah.
No break. No break, literally. I can show the time. I can show you the time sheet.
Plays a big bit.
I wasn't even exhausted because I look forward to go to work because your brain isn't on certain things. Yeah. I go to work, my brain is upon certain things, and is an escape for 8, 10, sometimes 12 hours. And you go back, say just go sleep and then reset. So it's kind of like an avoidance versus more than anything. And a couple of times I made a try therapy, one major thing with me learn is that it's better to go through something when you're facing it. You always have to go through it. It's a fire in front of you and you're inside the house, everywhere else are burned down. The only way is through. So you have to feel a little burn here and there, right? But the aim is to get through it. And eventually you have to just get through it and whether it's through therapy, whether it's through talking with a friend, whatever it is, you need to get through it. So we've all had our moments, and trust me, those moments for me, the edge.
I mean, Graps, you hit the nail on the head where you say, you have to try to go around the situations. Better you just approach it head on. That's what the man them know say. It's okay to not be okay. Understand the all of me get that because saying means so much more to me. Understand? Because it's like a part of life. It's like a rite of passage in life. You have to go through certain things and to actually know how to deal with it if it come again.
Yeah.
And actually how to help your friend them as well if them go through it. Understand? Them say no man is an island, and that's the next one too. Where growing up, I always hear parents say no man is an island. You always need that supporting factor, bring you through whatever you're going through. You understand? For me now, I don't really have any experiences when I say maybe, I get suicidal or feel like I hurt myself. I don't have that experience. But hearing you guys talking about it, it let me know that you need that brotherhood society around you, or that somebody to talk to, and that somebody, as I say, don't have to be a close friend, can be a counselor. Understand? It can be somebody at work where that a mentor that you have that can actually bring you up through whatever you're going through. Understand? So it's anybody watching this, it's okay to not be okay. Understand? As long as you work on the issue and work on yourself as a person. Understand?
In terms, so those are some of the negative coping mechanisms. What are some of the positive things we can let's put together a toolkit?
Well, man, we want to start that one then.
Start here,
All right.
Kick it off like that.
So there are various ways, or there are positive channels we can go through, but as I said, each man different, but each man still has some similarities. You get me? I believe most men are focus driven, or most men look, that is it.
Purposeful, yeah.
Most men feel like men within themselves when them have a purpose. And there are times when men will feel lost because they don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And you may not have your ultimate purpose, but from a man find a purpose.
Yeah.
You might latch on upon that, and then that purpose will start lead to other purposes until him realize him going in the right trajectory. So there was a point in my life when fitness was my purpose. So like, weight loss and thing was my purpose. So for like 2011 to 2017, that was it. So no matter what else are going on in my life, as long as I can, them time I go gym twice a day. As long as I can go gym twice a day, as long as I can go rugby training, made alright. Yeah, maybe I go through some stuff at work. Yeah, relationship wise, maybe I go through some things as well. But I get results in this.
This is one thing you feel like you're in control of.
Yes. But and it's just, even though I play a team sport, there are things that I can do by myself, for myself, that will benefit the team, that I not have to depend upon nobody upon, or I not feel like I let nobody down. So for me, focus on myself, so I say, all right, I forget in the reps, I for shed a little weight, I for gain a little strength, I for can start run these lines, them thing there. Focus on them little thing there, improve on that skill set. Yeah, I'm say, all right, cool. This can help the team. All right, now we move on to more advanced skill sets. But all them things that are things that me just they want to learn for perfect. Some me can focus on that purpose. At the time, fitness and rugby league was my purpose. I just did want to help my club team win. You just want to help the national team win, and they want to be the best in my position. So that was my singular focus. So most of my friends around them time there did have that same mindset there.
Yeah.
But that was that purpose there. So, as I say, find out one purpose, stick to it, and then once you realize that, all right, it's not so bad, or at least you have something where you can fall back on, then you realize now you can take certain principles in achieving that focus, that purpose, and you can start apply it to other things. So that's one of the positive coping ways.
One major thing in the toolkit.
So, yes, exercise was one. Then it helped develop this discipline. And remember earlier when we talked about like you have this this back and forth, or this loop where you go through when you feel down and thing, and you say, boy, you're not there where you're supposed to be. But then when you have the one thing that way you can focus on, you can say, yeah, but no, I remember back in a when you do this, when you kind of feel shitty and thing, but we can do a little workout, release some endorphins and whatnot, and we can feel good. And it's all right, just for now, even though we feel like crap, focus on that, do that. Then you start feel better about yourself, and then you say, all right, cool. Now that I have that discipline there out of the way, we can start apply certain things to other aspects of your life.
Right.
And you see where other aspects start improve, and then you just try replicate it in other things. Yeah. So that's our one kind of purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, there are other things, exercise and everything, but for my field, that's a positive coping mechanism. You know, now I have my quiet time, read the Bible, listen to worship music, pray. In those moments, it's almost like it forces you to slow down, almost come to a complete stop, and get to hear from God because you read the word. But it gives you that moment where you can just pause. So the world might be moving at 100 miles per hour, but in that moment, we get to pause, we get to read the word, and get that for me. But we get to unload, talk to God, and say, listen, these are the things that are happening in my life, and these are the things that I might be struggling with, and so on and so forth. And then again, as you read the word, you will get things back from the word in terms of how to handle a certain situation, in terms of wisdom and proverbs and ecclesiastics and all of them things there. It's just in that moment you get for those pause. God, the word I tell you, go, get up, go. I'm always say to people that I know when I'm not doing my quiet time. Because eventually I realize I just step on the hamster wheel and I just like go.
Yeah.
But now I still not I appreciate it, I not observe much, but just I try to get it done. And the world will do that. Like it will genuinely just let it keep going.
Yeah.
But when we take the time, pause, slow down, read, and there's no other masculine way to say it apart from journal.
I was just about to say that. Like,
right.
That's what I put in my toolkit.
Yeah. So I write and say, boy, this is the situation. I'm fine set when put pen to paper, that practice of just doing it, it helps me even to process more as well. Understand? I get to write down the dates and the time and the things I will pray for, and then when them actually happen, I can go back and in that going back and looking at it and say, yeah man, that one day happen. Tick off that. And that one didn't happen yet, but hoping for it, or maybe that's a no. But that process of just slowing down and knowing that it's not just me. You understand? And as a matter of fact, so as I'm telling you, I never grew up with my father in my life. So it was my mom and my sister, and then eventually my brother. So there was always this longing. Because everybody had a father, like, where's mine? And eventually I got to this place where it was just like a coping mechanism to just say, oh, I'm in a business. But deep down inside, you want to have your father. And I remember growing up, and when I had my kids, and I was like, yo, I'm just telling now, I felt like I wasn't sure about what to do when it comes to certain things. And then eventually, I got saved and I developed a relationship with God. And it was just like, oh, okay, God the Father, build that relationship. And it's not like saying I don't need a relationship with my father anymore, but it's just like, I can have conversations with him from time to time, but that longing and that gap that was there, it's not there anymore. So for me, that relationship and that connection with God is a very, very big coping mechanism for me in terms of, even when you go through the struggles, I can just say, oh Lord, this is what going on, this is the situation. And I'm going to read a scripture, and the scripture is encouraging, and it tells me, say, oh, do this, or this is the situation, and we can say, all right, cool. Can hold that and we can keep it moving.
Did you ever develop a relationship with your father? Yeah.
We're trying. Let me put it like that.
You're trying. Well,
trying.
Yeah, we'll have to try first. Yeah.
Because I don't know, as an adult it's different. Because it's like the need is different, and it's like say the things that I wanted as a child, can't get them known. So I do a lot of reading. Read a lot. So I've learned that there are certain things that the gaps that you find as an adult, you have to deal with them as an adult.
What about the inner child?
The relationship with God the Father that gets taken care of, in my opinion. You understand? But for now, for me, it's like a process, a journey. As a father myself, I find myself sometimes I go through a situation, even with the girls. I might say, oh, I get it. I get it, don't Father, being a father is difficult. It's tough. And it's almost like I understand him more in a sense that he wasn't there. I understand what could have caused somebody for one run me, because this is hard. But the fact that happened with me, it almost put me in a position where I say, I don't want my girls to ever experience that.
Yeah.
But I understand, and the more you grow up, and people always say, when you become a man or become an adult, you look at your parents and you get to say, oh, I understand, say that be your best,
Yeah.
Understand, because now me understand what it's like. So you probably have some co-worker or some boss at work who give you a hard time and you spend all your energy, and then when you come home, it's just difficult for you to do this. It's difficult, but it's not impossible.
True.
You understand, but you can at least appreciate or have an understanding of what happened or what.
Definitely co-sign that, and especially the journaling part. Yeah, that is something that really helped me, because to go back earlier, you said staying inside your head. The absolute worst prison that you could be in as a human being. You're staying there when you go over the hamster wheel over and over again, constantly thinking that, you're not good enough, you should be here or whatever. Two kind of journaling is what really helped me. The first is this journal that asks me a whole lot of questions. So questions with me might not be able to ask myself. The questions are already there laid out that I never even know I needed to answer. And it's just getting them out on paper, doing that whole tactile exercise. And the next, which I think is a big one that every man should have, is a gratitude journal. So for, let's say, an entire week go by, and The only thing I can think of when the Saturday come or the Friday come is, yo, what a week. Yo, the week was just like the worst week and everything that could go bad under the sun went bad. But with a gratitude journal, it forces you to find the small things, even the smallest things,
win.
every single day, something that went well. And then the next day, when you wake up, think about that one thing that went well. So you know that something good happened yesterday. And anything good happens today is just, gravy, something on top of that. So that's one thing that I definitely will put in the toolkit, the positive toolkit, journaling, making sure that you're grateful every single day.
So I hear Nicholas and Garfield speak about their father. I think this is probably a good time for me to say that I had that father figure in my life. Isn't it? So big up Errol Scott, Reverend Errol Scott, wherever you are in the world.
Big up, Sir Scott.
Man of the goat. The man is the epitome of what a man should be. So growing up, I think I probably have a good person to model my lifestyle, the man provide everything for myself and my other siblings. Put me through school, university, bought me a car, did all of this with no student loan. I don't know him do it. So I guess for me, just seeing what he did, it's like it's automatically riveted in my brain that I have to be a provider. But to the point you were actually trying to make about positive things that you can add to the toolkit. I think it all starts with you. So, like I said, we probably have a more rigid outlook, or a more robust way. Not so robust, but just more rigid. I think every man, like Jason said, you need a purpose, right? And you need to understand that whether you like it or not, at some point in time, you're going to realize that your purpose is to provide, but most importantly, to leave a legacy. You understand? And for, guess for Garfield and for Nicholas, based on your experience with your fathers, you know that you being a father now, you're going to be the best father that you can be, especially because of your experience. I'm not a father yet. Jason's not a father yet, but we're still going to get the girl in trouble.
Yeah, we're so happy off. We're so happy off for the trouble.
You understand? Because when some fresh girls that come up and I see you, a lot they put it by there. No, but number one, so I'm talk about myself. You spoke about the word, right? And you spoke about the different phases that you went through. All right, so first of all, I feel like, so I want to speak of probably like the typical man that's watching the podcast now. Gaps. I think first of all, it starts with you being the best version of yourself that you can be.
Which is right.
You understand? Because apart from having a purpose, there's a ton of need that we have as men. Like the need for companionship is very, very important. So we choose as a spouse. The need to feel like, we have achieved certain things. There are certain things, but I think it all starts by, first of all, being the best version of yourself. What worked for me, what I think every man should add to the toolkit, and I don't want, we just up over it, is building a strong body. You don't have to be strong, but a formidable, healthy body. Because I feel like, it's not about, I am a believer that strong body, strong mind. You understand? And I feel like when we build up ourselves to be strong physically, it's almost like preparation for the things that we know we have to go face in the future, bro.
Yeah.
Because when I look on other men, probably much older than I am now, where mentally them sound, but physically they're not able to do certain things because they're not physically formidable. So, and we need the man need to understand, even the whole thing about companionship. If you're not at a particular place in life you're supposed to be, if you get in too deep, for example, you get in a relationship, you get three kids or 4 kids really early without putting certain things in place, it's going to be an uphill battle for you. And that can add to the mental strain because
that's absolutely true.
4 kids we have to provide for, but you never did focus on things before. So number one, I think that the man need to ensure so physically then formidable, take care of yourself, make sure you're healthy.
Agreed.
Number 2, the man need to ensure that they have a plan to get money. Right? I don't want to sound too materialistic, but I'm very, very.
No, man, we need money, man. We gotta talk about, man. Yeah, man.
Apart from being strong and being healthy,
Yeah.
your next plan is how may I get resources. In order to get resources, I need money. You need a plan for getting money. And I mean, we're in the technological age. You're not going to do it. And every man case is going to be different. And I don't want to get in like the granular ways that you can get money.
Mm-hmm.
You need a plan to get money because, like I said before, we need companionship. We're going to need a woman. We're going to need that woman to carry a child. But that woman is going to need you to provide resources for them. And like I said before, you know that I was once married and so on. I'm not going into the detail of that. Once you have that responsibility where somebody is looking towards you, you know that for your wife and your child, you know that for your child, you know that for your child. Once somebody will look to your brother, and but just have to keep reiterating it. You see, once the money, the right, mentally, just for no say, your son or your daughter, your sibling, your spouse expect this from you. You need that. I'm telling you, it is probably my main
Yeah,
source.
man. I think that's every man.
So before the man them goes a boom and say, all right, you know, we're going in a relationship where I try spend as much as possible. Sometimes I spend on have build up yourself physically, get a real comprehensive plan for getting money because you need money for resources, and then other things fall in. Because trust me, bro, you see, once you're strong mentally, once you're strong physically, you start build up a thing named confidence. You understand?
True.
We talk about being grateful and the whole gratitude aspect where I'm a big proponent for that too. But that's grateful because I'm here. Every morning, I'm just glad to my eyes are open. But then as I open my eye, I know say, yo, there's work to be done.
Yeah.
We need. And I don't want to sound too materialistic, but the man them need a plan for money. Back to what Grab say about the journaling, probably I journal different. What I do, and probably other persons can do it, is that I have an end goal in mind. So we have a PDF on my computer I look on, probably every quarter, every month.
Like a vision board kind of
yeah, it's almost like a vision board, but they're all that detail. But it's very audacious. It's very ambitious. Like the goal on me of, and a man might look at it and they're like, brother, how you can get all of this? But that is the end goal, and then much more backwards to say, oh, this is what we need to do every day. Reverse, right? So the man then put down on paper whatever it is that you want to achieve, and it's something. I feel like as a man
that works. No, this works. This works. We can attest to this. This works.
Think about a man as a German Shepherd. You know, say if a German Shepherd have a purpose and get depressed, and then no one get up on it.
Yeah.
So once you put that purpose on paper, bro, and you know you're working towards that, is as if something for you to look forward to. Every year you get closer to that.
And every goal you work towards, you know, it now go smooth sailing.
Yeah, and it work out, right? But at least if you never had worked towards it, you would not be at a better place.
Yeah, for try. You always try.
Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah. And that's another moment. Is like a lot of people kind of look at the fact that we making mistakes and negative things.
Yeah.
So we have to go through it, brother.
Fine.
Probably have to go through some bad relationship. I will go through that.
Yeah.
I will have to learn from that. And then, you know, with a talk earlier, after the podcast, I said that no, we're more discerning as it relates to females.
Yeah.
Because you have gone through what a failed relationship. You understand? But never try to get the chicken before the egg or the egg before the chicken. Not even know that goes still. But it's going in like sensible phases, bro.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I talk about you getting children before you have the resources. So I guess I really believe that the man need to think about that aspect before them actually move to different phases in their life. But that's just my experience. So I don't know exactly how Jason.
If you work towards a goal and find out say you have buck up on some obstacles, man them for know say them for try something else to reach the goal.
Yeah, man.
How would you say it? Isaac Newton? I would say do the same thing
over. I look for the same result.
How would you say?
That's a lot of insanity.
Yeah. It's insanity.
Insanity.
The same thing over, I expect the same results.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Find new things.
Yeah.
Question for the man them. All the way. You know, this isn't like the entire friend group. Everybody have, different friends possibly going through different things at certain point in time. How do you check up on a friend and you know so this person might be going through a hard time without making it weird?
Oh.
Alright, so we can start off. And it's probably recent. So you know that we have our own friend group, but we still have other male friends.
Of
outside.
course.
So because
Yeah, so that's awkward. Like,
I was speaking about the barber situation.
We was saying that.
So
Yeah.
let me say,
This is not the only group.
If we were your only friends, Chris, come on.
Rough.
But alright, so can probably give the first example because we have a friend you probably know too. In recently in taking on a very big project. So they're not a good job, but this is a very big project. It's actually a building project. Might do some building. You know how the cost of material can skyrocket, especially because of what happened with the research and still doing building and stuff. And you can have an idea of what is required in terms of the financial strain on it. You feel me? Is somebody that thinks like me as a human being, as a man nonetheless. And some of the time I hear about some stuff where I feel and I can see it, so sometimes it kind of get overwhelming. So, because I know that I'm the kind of man who are going to readily just come in and say, I say, yo, so all the things set up. You understand? Sometimes, you know, some men we take the approach if you come kind of soft, but someone it's because a man are create the impression as if they're extremely militant. You have to approach them without seeing as if you're not be too soft with it.
Yeah, you have to approach them tough.
So the approach my approach is that I know my friend, I know just one reason. I know that he won't be forthcoming with certain things. So I guess even when you're checking upon your friend, you have to know the kind of person they are.
Yeah.
Because you have some friend, even though them I go through it, even though them bridging them, because how militant them come on for them. They might not readily want to share it at that moment, but when you just slowly start to pry, you kind of realize that them start really tough. And this is actually a true example. When I asked him the first time, say, yo, how things are go with the building, everything good, man. You know, I'm just go and deal with it.
The standard
And
answer.
then I start asking more details. So, what about, and then he just start share. So, bro, just when the things say, a smooth sailing, this happened, but the place now, I have to tear down my next wall because this leak or what. You understand? So, I think that you have to know the person, you have to know your virgin, you have to know the kind of person. Someone, as I say, yo, what go on that situation, them forthcoming, and them say, yo, you know, yeah, man, this is the situation I'm going to detail and them unravel and just tell you everything. Where you might have a different man, and that's probably my profile, where anytime you ask me if I'm good, man, I tell you I'm good.
Yeah.
No, man, even if I'm not good, that's my profile. So you have persons that will say, yo, you're good. Yeah, man, I'm a good man. Even though I might have gone through one of the hardest times of my life.
Yeah.
You understand what I say? And I'm not, for me, I think it's healthy for me because I have plans in the back of my head how I actually go through it. So I know my friend them, and I know all my friends. You see me? So I know I'm going to talk to Garfield, I'm not going to talk to Andy. That one on the podcast tonight, but I know I'm going to approach that one.
Oh, big up that.
So it's about knowing your bridging and know so you might have to ask follow-up question after follow-up question for really find out what I want. Especially if you know a situation come up, you know really hear from him in probably how it is. So know your bridging and know if you're approaching someone will be forthcoming, someone you have to draw it out of them, you understand?
Someone you have to say, yo, forward, come play some FIFA now.
Yeah. I can play some ball Saturday night. Yeah, man.
And to add on to that, you have to have patience as well. So that's what I get from the story you tell with your brethren. Because you might, although we have our own life I live and we have our own things. But yeah, we notice, for example, we notice, say I go through something and I have a little break in my life now. I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to devote my time. I'm going to say, yo, Chris, what going on? You good? And you know, you work on something. But my check in point, you say, oh, you are doing? I said, no, man, I'm a good man. I said, all right, well, I might want like a break this, you know. So I ask him say I'm good. I just take him word feet and move on. But in your gut, you know, say, I know that. Then you feel be like, but I know I have the time for it. But I say, but maybe I know the time.
It's not the time for him.
For him, yeah. And you have to take your ego out of it. If you genuinely want to check in by your brethren, you have to take your ego out of it. So if you really, if you're brethren and you really want to find out what's going on, or you want to just be there or be in support, you have to genuinely want to do it. Because people can sense something. Mash give you an example now where that, what I just said, was used on me. You see me? Yeah, what? Last year, I go through something. I remember what? Work did stressing, home life never did too rosy. And that's when I get my injury in a rugby as well. So remember, I'm telling you, fitness and rugby was my thing. So now, no matter what you go on in my life, at least I know I could always fall back on rugby. So then now, when the injury happened, now I'm going to say, right, I can't play. So I now have that vice that I forgot to. Work now go too smooth because I have a bag of things on my deck. So I have a bag of things that overrun and I let down other people. And become focused on them things, I neglect certain things at home or with family. So I have all that a compound for me. I'm just frass. But me think say, me I manage it. I think me I try manage it. Like I feel like me I drown and I think me I manage it. And like me there work and thing and I realize yo, I start snap at people and thing. But I say, no, I become my focus on this. And then one day, like my brethren asked me, yo, Slugs, how you stay? And I say, yeah man, I'm good man. I just need to finish work on that project here because yo, we've meeting in a 2 days and I have to just make sure I'm done the submission and Ray. Man say, yeah man, but I'm say, no man, I'm good man. Love it off. And then man forward back again, man. I'm a director, is he? And say, yo, good, come check me in my office there. And then lock the door and Ray. And I say, yo, I don't have time for this, man. I have the submission for work, man. Man say, yeah. Man say, yo, F the submission. May I reason, man. How far away I come from? Warm there. Man say, no, man, I'm a good man. Man say, good. I mean, and man say, yo, mix Jano. And the man just say, yeah, man, we can reason, man. What going? And then I just start, I never expect to say so much.
Yeah.
I'm going to start say it. But in that moment there, the man there, I'm a director. Me know the pressure as well him I go through. And the man say, I know my normal self within the office. Apparently, like when me know my normal self, it throw off the office. Because me and normally the one will make things light. When everybody have stress or whatever, me make it light and me make it.
I think based on who Jason is, that we know when something off.
Yeah, man. So him see it, and the man take the time out of time schedule, and him really check on me, bring me to them office, check on me, and then him take away him ego, cause me kind of snap at him too, and the man just take it, and then he just go on, and then me and him have a real heart to heart, and it's when I start list out all the things, him I say, yeah, all right, him understand, him still walk going, and him know it rough, and say, as a man, it rough, but you have to go through it. But the way how you go through it, the way how you deal with it now, not right. So I'm not gonna say it I got perfect,
Yeah.
but you have to be aware of yourself. So catch yourself, brethren.
So your feelings justified, but the actions.
Yeah, the action.
Those are.
That is it.
Yeah.
So you have to catch yourself. So now, me go through it. I'm a couple years older than me. I must go through it. So that's why I can see, that's why I can reason with you. And just sit down and we'll go through it and I say, all right, here what we're going to do. And then we'll come up with like a three-step thing. And then I say, but the worst thing about it too, you have focus on the wrong thing. And as you say, the gratitude thing, when I say, even though things might not rosy at home, you have to be grateful. Say, you have that companion. And the only reason why it might seem like, arguing or whatever, are just because, she care. You see me? So if I did some people, them use it as an excuse for that long time. So the fact that she care, Ray, and then him give me guidance through lesson. And then him say, yo, forget about the works. And then say, yo, let's go home, take some sleep. Because I since I bleach and I work on him submission, yeah, come on. But well, the long story that I just for sure say him take him ego out of it, because I did disrespect him in some way. Him ignore that. Him patient with me. Him allow me for voice when I voice. But I also sense the genuineness from him. And then him allow me for share.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him allow me for share. And then him give me some steps so I can try. Not too many. And him say, yo, just take a break, understand. So like if I felt seen, I felt heard, felt understood, and it come from a source I never expect. Yeah, I'm a virgin now. We'll go through it, you know, but I just genuinely never expect it at that moment.
Yeah.
And it just, I'm grateful for that.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yep. Can I say something though? Like
Yeah.
everything what you just described, I think it's for persons to hear, friends, partners, people that we work with, because I think as men, the patience there, it felt weird for you, right?
Yeah.
Right. Because it's not the norm.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? It's more like, what go on, you good? Yeah man, you good man. No. But them done already. The time that it would take for you to ask somebody if them good. And then them say, yeah man, but then you say, but are you really good? Like, come on reason. A lot of people don't necessarily, especially with men, that time isn't given. It's not there. So I think just to everybody is to just understand that you see the male figure in your life, because of how we make up and how we're wired, naturally we're gonna just say, oh, yeah man, everything good initially. But you see, just like the story Jason just tell, the person take the time to look on it and just be like, yo, no, something right there. So may I go through, yes, in snap. But me know enough to say, oh, yo, something right there, so I'm gonna deal with it. A lot of men don't get that time in any situation with them have. You understand? That's why even though they talk about it, it sounds strange because it's like somebody, as you say, is being patient. Because naturally it's like, hey, snap at me. You know, where I'm bother with you. Me I try to help you and gone.
Yeah.
But really and truly it is the necessity for the sale, you know. At least some patience, right? Just and work through this person.
Yeah.
So that we can get to where we need to get to. That was the makeup of the month.
Slugger did make a very important point just now when he say he felt seen and he felt heard. Just one last question before we wrap up. What are some of the things that us as men you think we need to hear more? Small phrases like
Keep going.
like keep going, I love you, I'm proud of you, you're doing well.
Yeah.
You see what you do.
Sometimes you know you come home from work, you just want a pat on the shoulder.
Yeah.
They appreciate you.
Yeah.
You know.
See you go to work every day.
Yeah.
You see you put out the effort. Yo, we really appreciate you. Things like that. What are some of the things we can add to that? Way? We can give us tips for us to hear more.
I mean, any form of gratitude, and it's not to be like say, well, work for the gratitude.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
but it's just
It's like fuel
They
for us.
encourage
Yeah.
like
Gratitude and appreciation.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, thanks. And
I'm
I
proud of you.
appreciate what you're doing and things like that. That if you had to do something like this, because you know, that matters. But I think it is just the acknowledgement that most men need. You understand? It's not like we're saying, yo man, do this because I want you to acknowledge me, right? And, oh,
Yeah.
come in, not acknowledge me. You not acknowledge me. And that's how some people tend to hear it when we say it like this. So that's not what we're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not what we're saying. We're just saying it's something that's good to hear.
Yeah.
From time to time to just say, oh, Ray, you know, I appreciate what you do. And at least to see what you do. Like I remember quick example. So I have a daughter, she's 9 years old. I think she's older though. So I used to do this.
Hey, daughter?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Yeah, I think.
You know, man, I say she thinks she's older.
Oh. Phew. It's like, wait, what?
I used to, like in the mornings, I used to write these little notes and put it in our lunch bag. You know, pack the lunch and put it in there and thing. And I don't remember what happened and one day when I write it. Something happened.
Mm-hmm.
And when she come home, she write me a note. And man, nah lie, that note there catch me off guard. Because me not look for it or anything, but the fact that we never write and she noticed that we never write it. And instead of saying, yo, you know, say it, you never write a note to the end of the day, and she just take the initiative, write a note, and just give me the note that day there. And I'm like,
Oh, like you forgot we're in the business of notes?
Yeah. I was just like,
no.
that feel, that it touched me away.
Yeah, you get like a Dave Chappelle moment there.
Yeah, sir.
You're like, yo,
Yeah, man.
you were in my ball.
Sometimes that's smart.
No, you give me notes.
Yeah.
Two things more.
Yeah.
And two things that I do,
Mm.
and probably it's something that I want to tell the ladies as well. But that's the second thing. The first thing, as men, I think we have a duty. For my friends on social media, I have a lot of friends that are progressive. You know, whether them a make business moves, whether them a make moves to better themselves academically. I feel like it should be a routine for us to sometimes show up the face emoji, you know, the flex emoji to say, oh, good job, love the move, my friend. I have a friend, you know, even Dove in Canada, he might work hard because, you know, every day I tell him on say, yo, I love the work, brother. You understand? So I think it should be a regular thing for us when we see our friends. I try and make a move.
I never that one time when you check in and say that.
Yeah, man.
You know, that person might be on the verge of something breaking down and that one.
No, because sometimes we see social media and sometimes we see people and we feel like them have everything all figured out. But sometimes them man they really take some risk and not have enough resources and step on them last. And you know, even like I said, the affirmation we get is very, very important as well. So for you, be that person who reach out and tell the man himself, especially when I'm try to do things. Say, yo, bro, I'm proud of you. I love where you do. Keep going. Good job. I love it, my friend. Alright? And I guess the second thing that I would say, you understand, ladies, and this goes, I mean, all of us are in relationships. And it's not that well that one another problem, man. That man are choose not to do it.
Yeah.
But to be honest, ladies, I'm speaking directly to the ladies. I'm not extreme. The man will really have a purpose and a strive. It's not that we need affirmations from you for us to do it. But take it from me. If you have a good man that's doing the thing and have a purpose and provide and work hard, you know, have to worry about certain things. I work hard to make it happen. You see, the gratitude or even the affirmation that you give to that man is like fuel. And I feel like just because certain things are expected, and it's not my experience, we see a one family develop resentment or family members, our spouse, our children, especially when you sacrifice so much. You understand? So for some of the ladies then in a secure relationship, you have a man who do the thing, trust me, he goes that far away. You see, I'm being my they really appreciate the thing. And I like that really being a good man. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that we need that because whether them say it post or not,
Still like a do it. Yeah.
Trust me, things like that going forward. It's that trust me. You know, we still work a toxic relationship around the place and these things are not the norm. So don't over through it. So find a healthy relationship with the man then you know that you probably can get from that spouse. But I'm not like the affirming men should be a norm for us and from your spouse. You should have a relationship where you affirm each other anyway. You understand?
Yeah. 2.5.
Reach out, number one, like I said before, reach out to your male friend and where do the thing. You understand? I'm gonna do this real estate deal. Him start this business. Him just done this masters. I'm gonna do this doctorate. I might start this podcast. Brother, I see how do the thing. It's a good look. I love the thing. You know, so I watch a thing the other day and you understand? I see you congratulations on the move there. That should be a norm, especially when you see your brother them do that. Because it's usually the opposite. So my time some people say like them brother rise and instead of congratulate them, then just silence up on them now.
Yeah.
You understand? It should be the opposite. And for ladies, for your spouse, like I said, if the man is a total different case, but if the man,
Yeah, but if it's the one I try.
it should be a norm, you know, for affirming. So that is probably 2 ways I feel that, you know, that could be added to check in without being ultra weird.
All right.
True.
So does anyone have anything else at all what them just want to leave with the audience?
So for anybody going out there going through any depression, stress, you know, feeling like they want to hurt themselves, just know that in life, every setback we have is actually a setup for success. Right? No, in life, you're not going to always have green light. You're going to have some red light. You're going to have some amber that you slow down, maybe doing something incorrect.
So they have smooth road like
Smooth road, and then you have a pothole up the road. You have to swerve out.
Yeah.
So every setback we have in our life is just setting you up for success.
Facts. Totally agree with that. Yeah, man. Anybody else with anything at all just to leave before we sign off?
In light of everything we discussed, we hope that something, a message, somebody receive.
Yeah, if even one person, you know?
Yeah, receives any gem from what we say. But, you know, we say it earlier, say, oh, you're not alone and thing. And for the people that will ever consider checking themselves out because they might go through struggles. What more I say is we might feel like say the world upon we, but as Nick said, some struggles we just have to go through. So I'm not gonna say everything have to perfect, but we have be okay with going through certain struggles, cause everything can't easy for we. Else it now go valuable when we achieve it. We now go grow.
Facts.
We have to be as this is what I believe because I coach young men and things, and it's that we have to have some resilience or be able to withstand some struggle.
Holy for resilience, man.
And then now when you go through the struggle, you know, and when you feel like say, all right, it kind of get too unbearable, then now you lean upon the support group and the community where you have.
Yeah.
So when I say isolate and go through it, some things you have to can bear upon your own as human beings in general.
Yeah.
You have to can bear some things.
Yeah.
But when you feel like it'll get unbearable,
Reach out.
Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. You must have someone where you can reach out. And if you have if you have no close friends or family where you feel like you want trust with that burden, because some people might see it as a burden if you bring it for them.
Yeah.
Don't see it as a burden. But if you do see it as a burden, see counseling as Garfield advocate for earlier. At least that way that you have somebody who is objective and them can help guide you around the right path. But don't ever feel like say, don't become a statistic because whenever one go through some struggles. You get me, answer?
And that leads me into the final point, which is
That's what Jason said. Just bring me back to something that I remember talking about some time ago about scripture. Talk about everybody should be able to carry their own load, right? But then you're supposed to help people with them burden. You understand? So the load is there is an expectation as a man, as a human being that you have to carry some pressure, but you need help with your burden. Right. So that's something where you can't manage by yourself. You understand? So we need to be able to understand the difference between the load and the burden. And if you misinterpret the road as a bird. You don't want to do nothing. Everything where you do, you run with somebody to help them.
The least little inconvenience.
Yeah.
And you're like, you need to carry some load.
Yeah.
You understand? But when you get to the point now where I say, can't manage this now is a burden.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get help. And just the last thing is to check on the people. Because as I said before, naturally as men, we're not always as open to share. But the person who is always that person who is doing the calling, doing the checking, doing the thing, and you always, I said, the least person in your mind when you think about it, said, better check on the person. Because I said, nah, man, them good because them always I check. But everybody's that person, check on them.
Yeah.
My last point before I wrap up, and I mean, it's probably similar to yours. I want to get practical. I think that there are probably 3 to 4 things that a man need. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, is the need for money. That's right. The need for companionship. You want a girlfriend. You want a wife. Some man want more than one. It's just the way it is. You understand? We can break down. Apart from money, we can go material. You know, a car, right? A house, family, children, money, all of that. All I'm say to the man is this: understand this based on my experience. Know that life is tough. I think ultra tough for a man. So some men are going to have the resources of just having close male friends. Some people are going to be isolated. My first message to you, like I said, is going to be tough. And nobody's coming to save us. However, responsibility to build up ourselves to be formidable as a man, physically and mentally. Put our goals on a sheet of paper and work towards it. And probably if we're fortunate enough, we'll find a close set of brothers that we can share that burn like Garfield is. But understand in the back of your head. And I might be older. I'm probably the oldest person on the panel, aren't I?
I'm 38.
I am the oldest person on the panel. So we can look on as somebody in
Because you're months older than, you know, because just some kids.
Alright. I'm speaking to 18. I'm actually speaking to like an 18-year-old.
Okay, all right.
Cool.
Probably could have got through the depression, 20s in the social media, lead a lot of men to depression. Even early 30s, I mean, I speak and understand. So, yo, life is going to be tough for you as a man. Build yourself up physically, mentally. Go for your goals and everything will fall in place. Find a brotherhood that you can share your struggles with if you're fortunate, but if you don't, understand that you have to go through it. And then, I mean, if that doesn't work, I mean, Garfield, Andy will speak about other avenues. Just understand how life is.
Yeah. 100% co-sign everything, you know, Chris just mentioned. This has been one of the best nights, you know, for me. Really, really happy that we could come together in this fashion and discuss, you know, certain heavy topics where some people probably have struggled with on them own and now them realize that they don't have to face it alone. If you have friends, if you have family members, if you have anybody close to you who you can talk to, don't be afraid to share that burden. It won't make you any less of a man. But if you don't have those kind of family or friends, resources, there are resources in Jamaica that you can cling to. Ministry of Health, Mental Health Hotline. There is 24/7 support. 888 New Life. 888 New Life. 24/7 support offered by the Ministry of Health. There's also the UE helpline. You can contact them at 888-429-5337. There's also Choose Life International. 876-920-7924. That's 876-920-7924. Resources are there if you or someone you know is suffering from depression or having any kind of thoughts of harming themselves or more. Please seek help, seek counseling. You are not alone. Thank you for tuning into the Arsenal of Life. One love.
Thank you for learning about men's mental health. If you like it, you can watch it again or like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching at arsenaloflife.com.
Thank you, Adonis. Thank you, Adonis. Survival, brotherhood, and finding a way forward. Oftentimes, we're told that men are supposed to be the silent pillars of strength. But that silence is exactly what's fueling a crisis. Now, in today's episode, me and 4 of my friends, we're breaking that cycle. We're going to be diving deep into some heavy topics surrounding men's mental health, the need for support, and the way forward. If you're a man and you're silently fighting battles, know that you are not the only one. We're going to be having a discussion about survival and also the way forward. Let's get into it. All right. Okay. I like that one.